Can you say that again? These are two questions you probably hear when you are speaking to somebody. And you hear such questions due to the fact that the person talking to you did not understand what you said. And all of this happens because of the pronunciation. How many times do you hear this when you are talking? Even if your vocabulary and English language grammar are perfect, it can still be difficult for people to understand what you said. Learning to pronounce English correctly can be one of the hardest parts of learning English, because English language has some sounds your native language might not. So you will have to learn how to pronounce words correctly. Plus, English language makes it really tricky to pronounce specific words. For example, we have something in English language called homophones. Homophones are words that have different spelling, different meanings, but they're pronounced the same. We have the words way, and way. These are three different words in spelling and in the meaning, but they're pronounced the same. At the same time, we have some words that are pronounced completely different, like come, bump, and tongue. All these three words are pronounced different. So it's really a challenge to learn how to pronounce words correctly when you're talking to somebody. Misunderstanding always comes out of the fact that your pronunciation is not clear or there's something wrong with it. So you really need to learn how to improve your pronunciation. So today I am going to give you some tips that are absolutely going to give you a push to know how to pronounce. First, learn to listen. You need to learn to listen. This is tip number one. Before you learn how to speak, you need to learn how to listen. Some sounds can be hard to tell apart when you are listening. Did the speaker sleep or slip? Did he hurt his chin or shin? So you need to pronounce sleep and slip differently, and shin and chin differently as well. If you can hear the difference, if you're talking to somebody and the person pronounces these words and you can tell the difference, you can hear the difference, it will be easier to speak the difference. And there are many guides and lessons on English language pronunciation, especially the difference between the American accent and British accent. You just go to the internet, you search about English language pronunciation, you'll find a lot of lectures that are going to help you how to pronounce. Of course, listening is a key factor to know how to pronounce words. And if English language has 4 skills, listening, reading, speaking, and writing, remember, humans always start with the skill. The first skill is listening. When a baby is born, they don't speak, but they listen. They start listen, and then they come to a point. Like I said, the skill that humans first do is listening. Babies listen to their moms and dads for a long time until they come to the point when they can say mom and dad and say different other things, and they start talk, and then after a few years they are sent to schools to learn how to read and to write. So first comes listening, then speaking. After you listen, you become able to speak. Then comes other skills. So for you like to talk, right? You want to know how to speak. If you do want to know how to speak, then you have to listen. So learn how to listen. Tip number two, notice how your mouth and lips move. Of course, sounds are made through the mouth, the movements of the mouth and the lips. When you speak, your mouth moves. How you move your mouth affects the way you pronounce the words. The first step to correct your mouth shape is to notice it and pay attention to it. There are a few ways you can notice how your mouth and lips move. First, you can use a mirror. You can stand in front of a mirror and try to talk and try to pay attention to how your mouth moves and to how your lips move. Second, you can put a finger in front of your lips, or you can put a paper. Put a paper in front of your lips and talk and see how the paper moves when you pronounce the words. And you can go as well to the internet, try to watch videos and read about how the mouth is involved in producing English language sounds. This is, of course, English language pronunciation, how you can pronounce the words when you talk. This is important. Tip number three, pay attention to your tongue. The tongue as well is involved in making sounds. The main difference between two words, rice and lice, is in your tongue. When you speak, you move your tongue to make sounds. You probably did not even notice that, since you do it without even thinking about it. To improve your English pronunciation, it's a good idea to check what your tongue is doing when you are talking. Some difficult sounds for non-native speakers to make are the letters L and R, and the sounds TH together. TH gives you either that or that. That or that. That in the words like think and thin. That in the word like then and those. Okay? And you also have the letters L and R. To make the sound L, your tongue should touch the back of your front teeth, the upper teeth, the alveolar, the beginning of the alveolar ridge. In the word like light, or even the word like. To make the sound R, your tongue should not touch the top of your mouth. You have to pull your tongue back to the middle of your mouth, near where it naturally rests, as if it were not saying anything. And then it makes some kind of rounding, like R, R. The tongue goes to the middle of the upper jaw, and then it makes rounding, some kind of rounding, and the air goes through the opens or the ridges in the mouth. For the sound that or that, you have to stick your tongue out, the tip of your tongue, between the upper teeth and the lower teeth, like that, and that. You don't have to stick it so much, just a little, just the tip of the tongue. Number four, break word downs into sounds. You know, words are made of syllables. Syllables is the smallest part of a word. The smallest part of a word is called a syllable. The word syllable itself, for example, has three syllables. Syllable as a word has three syllables. How you do that? How you know it? you can tap on the table or on the desk while you are saying the word, like syllable, syllable. These are 3 syllables. The first part is S-I-L. This is a syllable. L-A is a syllable. B-L-E is a syllable. So you have to break down the words into syllable and to see how many syllables they have. For example, the word teacher, 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 teacher. It has 2 syllables. Okay, tip number 5, add stress to sounds and words. Of course, when we talk, sometimes we put a stress and sometimes we don't. When we put a stress to words, because some words are stressed, some words are unstressed, some words have parts, some of them are stressed, some of them are not stressed. English is a stressed language. Very important. That means some word sounds are more important than others. You can hear this when you say a word out loud. For example, the word introduce. The word introduce is pronounced with stress at the end. So it sounds like introduce, introduce. There is a stress at the end of the word. Sometimes where you put the stress in a word can change the word's meaning. Say this word out loud. Present, present, present. If you say present, you see the stress is at the beginning of the word, then you are talking about a noun that means either right, this moment, or a gift. If you say present, present, you put the stress at the end of the word, then you are talking about a verb that means to give or to show. There are rules for where the stress goes in each word. Here is the rule. Most 2-syllable nouns are stressed on the first syllable, and most 2-syllable verbs are stressed at on the second syllable. And so to do this, you really need to listen a lot. The first tip, which is learn how to listen, is the most important tip. And remember, today I gave you 4 tips. Number 1 was learn how to listen. Number 2 is notice how your mouth and lips move. Number 3, pay attention to your tongue. And number 4, put the stress on words when you pronounce them. We will stop here, and next time we will come to go on. See you next time, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.